Among many other things, one of the top reasons that so many of us holding Dogecoin are excited for the future is because of Tesla. And with new innovation, new incredible leaps happening every single period of time here, obviously there's a lot to be excited about. We're going to talk about that and also exactly what is happening with the chart of cryptocurrency. Are we about to see it falling out and dropping to low levels that we have not seen in a while? Or is it about to turn into one of the biggest bull markets that we have ever seen, as Bitcoin is looking to potentially pass 100k and go way above that, and altcoin season during that time could be absolutely astronomical, the type of parabolic movement that we have not seen since really the beginning and some of the middle part of 2021. But take a look at this chart is obviously a very good way to get an indication of what's happening. Now this right here is the Final Stand show. Come and join our channel. We go through all the stats, all the numbers of cryptocurrency to help understand exactly what's going to happen next. If you have any Dogecoin at all, well, obviously you're going to want to come and have fun with us, so subscribe with notifications on. If you want to take that next level, you can join the Patreon right down there, link in the description, to get inside information and also get access to our crypto picks, which have been extraordinarily successful. And of course, we're going to have some huge ones for 2022 that hopefully will be enough to really change life drastically. That's obviously what we want to see. As everyone comes in, also take a second to press the like. Welcome to the Final Stand show. Hi sir, when will Dogecoin go up? Don't worry, be a little bit patient right now because we are not far away. Take a look at this. This stat is obviously a very good thing. Now, we talked about how the fear index is all the way at extreme fear on the previous show, which means we may be starting to find a little bit of footing on the floor here. Now, there's no guarantees, obviously, in crypto that we're not going to fall a little bit further. I've been predicting 30 to 35k could be the absolute bottom floor. Hopefully, we won't have to actually see that. And fortunately, the chances of that happening are not greater than 50%. So we should be in relatively good hands here. And this right here is another sign that we could be about to see an uptick. One thing we want to be looking at, one metric, is the death grass. Now with the death grass, obviously you would think you wouldn't want that, right? Because it sounds scary. It sounds like it's about to go down to zero after this happens. But basically what the death cross is, and I'm pronouncing it a little bit differently because YouTube gets mad at you when you say certain words, but you know what I mean. So this is what it is right here. Basically, anytime we see the 200-day average and the 50-day average, anytime we see the 50-day crossing down below the 200-day, that is considered a death cross. And with that, it basically has a lot of people saying, oh no, well look at this, Bitcoin is going to fall to further depths. It has people worried. And oftentimes after we do see a cross like that, it is followed by a nice sized gain, because when you think about it, the 50-day average, that is going to be a way more of an indication of what's recently happening with cryptocurrency. The 200-day average is going to factor in a lot of things that happened in the previous 150 days before that. And so that's why when it crosses underneath, historically speaking, we've often seen not long after a pretty big spike. Now this one right here happened all the way back on the 15th of March in 2020, which was a decent ways ago. Now it's already 2022, crazy to think about, but you can see it passed right below on that day, and then not long after that, we did see a couple more red candles there before the green started to really go up, and that is the run where we saw BTC going all the way from at around 5,000 or so, a little bit above that, around 6,000 to 8,000, all the way up to around that $50,000 range. And that was obviously one of the most fun times to watch BTC, one of the most fun times to be in cryptocurrency as that happened. Then that's not the only example. Right here, we can see again where this happens. Bitcoin crosses down below the death cross right there. You can see the 50-day average going below the 200-day average, and this one was a little bit different. This one happened toward the beginning of this year. You can see it happened on the 23rd of June in 2021, and after that we actually did see BTC falling down some more. It happened right here on this day, and at that point Bitcoin was at somewhere around 34 or so thousand. Then we saw it falling all the way to around 28,000 or so, but that was not as bad an indication as you may think, because right after that it then started to go up again, and we saw a nice amount of spikeage all the way until we got to the all-time high points again around 69,000 in that range, which was obviously awesome to see. But now let's fast forward all the way to this current point in time, which is very important. And as you come in, take a second to press the like. 1 like equals 1 new person coming into live. Obviously, it helps a lot to grow our community. The stronger our community is, the more fun we can have, the more things we can do in terms of fun action. And so that's why the more you can help out with that, the better and more fun our lives will be. It's pretty simple. 1 button press makes the more people come in. Yes, that's definitely, there's definitely some truth to that as well. And let's be nice in the comment section there. What are your thoughts about Ethereum, Matt? So Ethereum, if we do actually see the second version coming out, Ethereum 2.0, it's going to change the game for ETH. It will absolutely mean that we're going to see way more people using it, way more coins being made on it, and it will most likely cause the price to go up. Now, in terms of name recognition, Dogecoin and Ethereum are actually in a really strange position because Dogecoin has higher name recognition than Ethereum, yet a market cap that's more than 10 times smaller. So if you're looking for a big high upside opportunity, Dogecoin has so much more upside per the amount of holders and per the energy compared to the price and the actual market cap. It's underrated by far compared to where it should be. Now Ethereum is rated around where it actually should be. Maybe even you could say it's slightly overrated, but at the same time, if the layer 2, and if we do see more stuff happening with that, and also if we see Ethereum 2.0 really starting to change the game, they've been delaying it so much to the point where now a lot of people don't even expect it to happen anytime within the next years. And so hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully they will actually get it through and they won't delay it further. And then that could be the biggest catalyst for ETH moving forward. And it will make it competitive with Solana even more so than it already is, because then you can have more actual use case with it. But as we fast forward, we can see now that was the previous def cross right there. Now as we scroll here, we can see right now it's about to cross the def cross again. Look at that. Perfect timing, as it's going to probably do a similar thing to what it did here. And we're watching this and wondering, is this a floor signal? Is this a signal combined with the extreme fear that we're seeing on the chart that we could be about to see Bitcoin level off for a little bit, maybe a few days or so, and then we start to see that next run happening? Now, hopefully that is the case. Historically speaking, we have an indication that it is the case and that we will see the next run, as BTC is right now at around 42,000 or so. So it'll be interesting to watch, and let's hope that we do see the upside forming. But I think now it is time to, of course, also talk about taxes. Now, unfortunately, we don't like taxes, right? Who the heck does like taxes? Nobody does, but it's important to know what the heck you're doing when it comes to taxes, and this chart right here is a very good indication. Now, if you do hold for longer than a year and your income is under 40,000, believe it or not, you actually don't have to pay taxes in the United States. Now, you may have to pay state taxes, so double check with that. You may have to pay other taxes if you're in other countries. You also may have some weird circumstance, specifically where you live, so don't just take my word for it. Do your own research first, but most likely you can listen to what I'm saying and say, yeah, that's what's going to apply to me as well. So 0% then you go up to 15% if you make between 40 and 445K, then 20% if you make above 445K, which unfortunately is the category that some of us are in. I'm going to be, let me just put it this way. I'm going to be paying the government in more than 6 figures this year, unfortunately. I'm going to be paying them a heck of a lot of money, and it's not fun, but you know what? The more money you make, the more money you pay the government. That's just the way that it works. And if you're holding cryptocurrency, then you don't have to actually pay taxes on it yet in most places. You don't have to pay unrealized capital gains tax, even though some government officials are actually trying to propose that, which is preposterous. But you don't have to at this current point in time, fortunately. So I would have a way higher tax bill, a lot of us would, if we actually did have to pay on unrealized gains. Thank God that's not the case. It better not be, or else the government's going to have a thing or two coming their way. And basically what I mean by that is they're going to get voted the heck out very fast. And taxable income, taxes owed, if you have short-term gains, which means you held it less than a year, then this is what you're going to be paying. Basically 10%. If you have between 0 and 19,000, then you pay the first 1,990 plus 12%, and basically goes up 12%, 22%. You can look up this tax bracket and figure it out. And keep in mind, you don't actually have to pay whatever the percentage is on all of the income. Your first income is going to be the same tax bracket as the 0 to 19,000, only 10%. And so you can actually have a lower tax rate than you think based on that. So it's always important to have this in mind as you're moving forward. And if you do hold less than a year, you're going to be basically just paying the same tax rate pretty much as whatever the heck you decided to, or whatever your tax rate is on all those profits. You'll just pay the normal tax rate on it that you have, and include that actually really basically in your income for most people. So there we go. That's important stuff to remember. Now though, I think it's time to talk about this. Basically, we are now having Tesla and cryptocurrency mining, the connection has been made for a number of individuals, setting the path forward for how Tesla could actually implement Dogecoin mining on their computers in a seamless and more efficient and more easy way. That's obviously what we want to see. Now, there has not been any official word about this happening, but we're hoping that Elon Musk is working on this. We're hoping that Tesla has some sort of plan like this in place. It doesn't just have to be Dogecoin. Cryptocurrency mining, including Dogecoin, will be awesome to see in Teslas, but we don't have to necessarily wait for that because we already have some people that have figured out exactly how to leverage Tesla to mine cryptocurrency. If you bought a Tesla within a specific program before 2017, you actually have currently your grandfathered into access to being able to charge your car without having to pay for it, which is very good for that specific car, which means that you can basically charge your car and then use that electricity to mine cryptocurrency and make money from it, which is pretty dang awesome. It's basically a long-term storage battery, but there's even more to that a lot of people aren't talking about, which is that if you want to actually get Tesla roof solar panels and charge your car using them, then you can directly mine cryptocurrency in a green and efficient way without having to pay any money. And you may say, well, why don't I just use the Tesla solar panels to go directly to charging and mining cryptocurrency? Well, the reason why is because then you'd have to buy a big battery, which is very expensive. But if you already have that battery because you own a Tesla, then you don't have to buy the battery. So that means you can be mining cryptocurrency even when it's a cloudy day because you already had a lot of the energy saved up from the sun. And that's really just awesome to think about. Even if you have an older Tesla that you may not want to use anymore, where it's just the battery, you could either sell it or you could use it for that. And I think a lot of people are going to start to figure this out, and we're going to see more and more mining using Teslas because it is such a big battery, and it does allow you to mine cleanly without having to worry as much about the heat aspect of some of the typical mining ways because you're in your garage. So you don't have to have your house heating up or anything, and the noise is also a little bit better. There's a ton of advantages to this, and it's exciting to think about. Basically, here are some words from this article. He has tried just about every way to mine cryptocurrencies from his 2018 Tesla Model 3. He's run free Bitcoin mining software on his Apple Mac Mini 1 and powered the computer, plugging it in to an inverter into the 12-volt power socket located in the center console of his car. He's also hooked up the interconnected graphics processing units, or GPUs, to the front of his Tesla, running these machines off the car's internal battery. Though it does risk voiding his car warranty, Ravel says it's worth it. When the price of Ether peaked in 2021, he claims he was netting as much as $800 a month. Then with Dogecoin, obviously there's a big advantage. With Bitcoin, there's a big advantage. There's a lot of cool things he's doing. And to make an additional $800 a month, now it's not going to move the needle for everyone, right? But if you're currently trying to get your feet on the ground financially, if you're just starting out in life, if you're on the younger side, you haven't established a lot of your financial windfalls yet, then that could be a good way to make some additional cash. And then you can choose to use that money to invest in the Patreon picks here in Final Stand and hopefully turn it into way more cash with some big profits there. So that's obviously a big advantage. Or other cryptos, whatever the heck you want to do with the money, you can invest it and be making money. So someone commented something that is not true. No, I am not. What do you think about... basically, the truth is, at the end of the day, no matter what you're mining cryptocurrency with, it's still more efficient and cleaner than the current systems. I mean, right now, we have a lot of people saying, oh no, cryptocurrency is bad for the environment. Well, no, that's actually not true. Even if you're using the typical mining systems, it's still using way less energy than the current financial systems. So even if 0% of Bitcoin was done on clean energy, that would still be a huge step up from the systems we have now, which also have a very, very, very different look than a lot of people were wanting. But bye, says Mark. I would be happy for Doge to go to my back gate, let alone the moon, says Optical Trunky. Then Cherry Token next, says Santiago. Interesting. A lot of people love talking about whatever small cryptos you like in the chat, and sometimes we find some cool ones from that. So you know what? That's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Hello from Massachusetts. Shout out to the moon from Ghosty Joker. Banks use more resources than BTC. That's absolutely true. I mean, it's not even close. Like, you can just simply, logically speaking, understand that difference with a fifth grade level of knowledge. I mean, it's not complicated. The people who don't get it are just simply silly in the brain. I mean, that's the only way to describe them, right? Yes, definitely press the like button. Obviously, that's the way to go. Yeah, some people... I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of weird ones out there when it comes to crypto. So you can find some good ones. You can also find yourself in quite a predicament by investing in the wrong ones. But that's obviously something that we want to see getting better over time. The current Dogecoin price is right now 15 cents, as we have seen, unfortunately, a downfall over the last month. But basically, Dogecoin right now is forming a triangle. It's forming a wedge pattern that hopefully is going to lead to that next major breakout, in part as we do see BTC starting to really regain some of its momentum. So a lot of excitement is coming for crypto. Do not miss out on it. Come subscribe as quickly as you possibly can to this channel. It's the place to be for the best content on cryptocurrency, on Dogecoin, on COC, and you can have a lot of fun with that. 3 hearts to you as well, Diana, commenting from the Final Stand YouTube channel there. Don't be silly in the brain, people, says Weg. Absolutely, don't be silly in the brain. If you are, then what the heck are you doing? I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.